Okay, so I had to include a little bit of, this is the Upper Marlboro Courthouse. Actually, they remodeled it. The old part is buried inside of the court, but this is Upper Marlboro. Very ancient, historic place, actually, from the late 1600s. A lot of these buildings have been remodeled, but a lot of the old buildings are obviously gone. But this is it. So. But if you research your history, you'll find that Upper Marlboro, Maryland is a very, very historic place. Like I said, from the maybe even from the almost mid 1600s. So plantations, tobacco was the big thing here. So let's read this real quick. I'm going to include all these little short videos together, so stand by, please. Birthplace of John Carroll, born 1735, died 1850. First Archbishop in the United States, 1808, at request of Congress in 1776. He accompanied Benjamin Franklin, Samuel Chase, and Chase Carroll of Carrollton to Quebec in an effort to have Canada unite with the 13 colonies in the Revolution. Founder of Georgetown College, 1789. So you see, folks, believe it or not, there is a ton of old history here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So we're going to go to the Trinity Church, which is the oldest church here, and they have the old graveyard there. So stay tuned, please subscribe, and I'm going to try to put a bunch of little things together. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm behind the Trinity Church is right here, the old Upper Marlboro, Maryland Trinity Church. But you have to look this. So I parked to video, and there's nothing but vultures on the church next door, which I think is probably their parish hall or something like that. If this is not an ominous sign, I'm not really sure. Okay, so welcome back to Graveyard Tours, and here we are at Upper Marlboro, Maryland. This is the backside of a Trinity Church. Again, this is a very, very old church here. A lot of history here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. If you folks, anybody get a chance to come out here, there is a ton of history. Okay, so there's grave, old, very old. We're gonna get to all of them. Just be patient. I want to go to the sign first. Here's the Trinity Church. I don't know. I believe that's the original. It is the original church, but also it's if there's any additions. So there's little graveyards all over the place here. So we're going to check them all out. But the first thing I want to do is read the sign for you guys. And Main Street in Upper Marlboro is just around this bend over here. I'll show you here in a second. So just over there where you see the about one block, and that's the Main Street. So it's easy to find. So anyway, so this is the old, okay, so here we go. So Thomas John Clagett, D.D., ordained by Lord Bishop of London, 1768. First bishop consecrated in the United States at Trinity Church, New York City, by Bishop Seabury of Connecticut. He organized this Trinity Church in 1810. Born near Nottingham, October 3rd, 1743. Died at Croom, August 3rd, 1816. So, and then we have British disgrace. British soldiers allegedly camped at Trinity Episcopal Church and tore pages from the church registry when they passed through in August 1814. Rector Thomas J. Clagett also served St. Thomas Parish in Croom, another church on the British invasion route. Trinity Church was founded in 1810. The present structure dates from after the War of 1812. So, if you several leaves here, and some other parts of this book were torn out by some Major General Robert Ross's soldiers in the church to their internal disgrace to be recorded. So here's a little map. Okay, so again, this is part of the 1812 war against the British. So we're going to go inside now, and we're going to look at the gravesite. So again, so if you also watch my Bladensburg videos and my Calvert Mansion videos, these are all connected. I was going to put them all together, but it makes it a little bit too complicated. So I'm going to do it in sections and do it in separate videos. So here, we're going to get to this in 1 second here, but I want to read this placard here. So, the Claggett Memorial is given to the glory of God and in the loving memory of Charles Claggett of the Cottage, Mary Mulligan Claggett, William Barch Claggett, Catherine Duckett Claggett, and William Barch Claggett Jr. by Claggett, Esquire, 1775. Okay, 1975, I mean. Okay, so look at this, guys. So that says, Berry, in loving memory of Ella Belt Berry, beloved wife, died looks like 1875. So again, this is probably this is another Berry right here. So each of these little plots that you see in the church, and there's several of them, we're going to go to all of them. These must have been family plots. So I guess if they were a church member, they dedicated a spot for the big family members. Here's 1877. It looks like Gannett Berry and Mary Daniel, wife of John Williamson Belt, but it might be short for Berry, 1924. And here's 1836. That looks like 1836 to me. Oh, I'm sorry. It might be 1886. John William Belt. So I don't know the oldest ones out here. 1929. And again, here's some really old one. Here's 1882. James Belt. So I don't know. It must have. And here's a Corsophagous here. And of course, we have the buzzards following us. Now they're flying over to this church, to the Trinity Church steeple. Next door was the newer building. I don't know. I'm sure they're connected, these two churches. So I'm surprised there's not a placard here. But there's also these headstones here with nothing written on it. Maybe on the other side. Let's walk around. Yes, they're written on the other side, but they're worn. They're worn down. That just says Berry on the top there, and then this has initials on it. And the other ones there, they just have initials on it. So this must be a child's burial spot here. So let's go around. So 1810, I believe, the church was built. I'm sure it's been renovated several times, but a beautiful old building. And it looks like this might have been reconstructed, this front steeple, the bell tower part. That looks like reconstructed. It looks like newer brick, probably, I don't know when, but I mean, even that part is old. But then again, I can't say because I don't know. Don't know the exact history. So, Trinity Church built in 1849, rebuilt 1836, probably when the British was here. Maybe they did damage to the church. But what's weird is, look at this. There's a Corsophagous right here in the middle of the yard, and it says so it says Reverend Henry Inglesby Kershaw. Okay, so the rest of the writing is actually pretty worn down. So, and here's another. And these old trees here, these big old trees, they've probably been here for a while. I'm sure they've been here since probably the beginning of the church. And here's another graveyard over here. Let's see who this is. It's probably another family plot. There's only 6 headstones that I see. There's probably more that, yeah, no. It looks like, yeah, there was initials on there, but you can't read anymore. And of course, there's nothing readable on this one. Might have been a child's. And here is 1871. It says, it looks like Worthington. So, yeah. Yeah, these are just initials. You see a lot of this in the old days, folks. So this WTR, probably for Worthington. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. So yeah. Oh, here's another one. Here is another one. Now these might have been the priest here, because these are the ones that are prominent in the front. And can't really, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I got to put my foot on the top so I can reach the, now what does this say? He is gone, but not Benjamin Brook something. It's very hard to read. And the date is, oh, this is old here, folks. I don't know if you can see it, 1786. Yep, that's 1786, folks. Look at that. And again, forgive me, I have my foot on the top of this because I can't film it any other way. Wow, 1786, folks. So, you know, this, like I said, there's big history here. Very big history. You know, I'm not a historian, that's for sure. Oh, here's a couple more right next to the church. And I think the closer that you got buried to the church back in those days, the more prominent you were in the church, in the community. So there's literally, I'm walking around, there's headstones all over the place, like small, not a whole lot, but these are old here, folks. Look at this. That says Mary Ann. It looks like, yeah, I see Mary Ann. It looks like 1860s. It's very, almost impossible to read. The Mary Ann is easy to see, but, and the date, I can kind of see the date, 1860 something there. And right behind me, just initials, M-A-M. They did that a lot. I don't know. I guess that was the custom. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the money to afford a better headstone, so they just did initials. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But I've seen this quite often. Less prominent than with names, but I have seen ones, many of them already, with just initials on them. And I've seen a lot with literally nothing on there. So this one, here's another, just the initials. I think what happened was this person and this person were related, and this was the Matilda, and that's an old name. Died, looks like 1871, July 13th, 1870, age 63 years, Matilda. And it's so weird because, I mean, they're all over the place around here, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. They're just everywhere. So this is, and look at this old gate here. This is from the 1800s. Beautiful, ornate. Look at that. That is, I mean, that's just, it's just beautiful to me. William Charles Trabon. Mary Catherine Trabon. Oh, now look at this name. Josim. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Josium or Josum Trabane. I mean, look at that. Amazing. Some squirrels eating walnuts here. There are black walnuts right there. There's actually black walnuts laying all over the place. There must be a black walnut tree nearby. Author Charles Trabon. And this is something new. I'm seeing a lot here just at this church. So you have a headstone and sacred to the memory of John Henry Trabon, died April 22, 1885, age 57 years old, okay? And then right across, and they're facing each other, like the letters are facing each other. So maybe this was the wife, JHT, just the initials. So I'm starting to think, because this obviously is a small family plot here, and that must have been the wife, because I'm seeing that just here. Now there's, okay, so I'm gonna walk over here, folks, because there's one over here sitting all by itself, and I'm gonna walk around the whole church, don't worry. I'm stepping on black walnut holes, and it's a little tricky. They're everywhere. 1883. And the name, I see John E. Beloved husband. I don't see a last name. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay. And I've never seen black walnut holes that big before. Wow. Okay, so let's go back over here. There's more headstones outside of this gate. So I'm not sure what the situation is. That is probably, again, here is, okay, so here is a WNS facing this headstone, which is practically unreadable. I see 1853, it looks like. I can't really read the name. I think it says Helen. So these, yeah, that's what they're doing. That has to be. They must be probably husband and wife. They facing each other. And for some reason, they just do the initials in the, on the wife's, I guess. And I think that had initials on it one time. And let's see its face. See, these are the really old ones. This is 1864. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like 1864 or 1861. I can't read the name. This is amazing though. This is something Covington Adams. Okay, that's kind of, and it looks like 1860s. Yeah, these are really old out here. Okay, so Douglas Adams. Yeah, this must be in 1866. I see that. And then again, here's another headstone facing it. It looks like DDA, probably the wife. Yeah, so I'm seeing, and you know, I guarantee you this yard's kind of big, okay? I'm sure it was much bigger back in the day. I'm sure there's other headstones that are missing. That means there's probably other burials out here in this yard, in the church yard, peppered out, because they're not, nothing's together. They're all spread out, everything. And it looks like this might be a headstone here. Yep, it sure is. Completely forgotten here. Wow. I need a shovel to really, but that's definitely a headstone, folks. I've seen enough of these in the ground in different cemeteries. That's a headstone, but I can't get to any of the writing without digging up, and I'm not going to do that here. Courthouse is literally right down the road. I don't feel like going to the courthouse today. Getting arrested for desecrating a gravesite or something. Who knows what they arrest me for. Oh, wow, look at this. Revolutionary War soldier here. Thank you for your service. John Moore, 7th Maryland Regiment. Wow, Maryland Regiment. This is the first revolution. This is weird because I've seen several, if you watch all my videos, I find Revolutionary War soldiers buried here and there. Not many, but a few. And this is the first Maryland Regiment Revolutionary War soldier I found. So that is amazing to me, because a lot of them are from Pennsylvania. Revolutionary soldier John Moore, 1760 to 1795. 33 years old. Placed by Marlboro Town Chapter. Wow. Probably died in the Revolutionary War, or soon after, if my math is correct. This is a beautiful old church, though. So, actually, and I got to be honest with you, this is the first time I've been here. And these are antique bricks. Some of these antique bricks, I used to know somebody used to gather them, and then I think he would clean them and sell them, because people do buy those. And it's not going to be me, I can tell you that. Okay, so look at this old fence here. Old gated fence. So this was probably the original property line. We're in the back of the church now. And so look at this. This is interesting. So, you know, you're probably not going to find any headstones beyond that, obviously. unless somebody tossed them over the fence. And then you got this gully out here. So I guess that they still have the original. This might be the original area. Like some of the space didn't get taken away from the church. So that kind of makes sense here. This might have been a headstone here. That sure looks like a piece of a headstone to me. I've been to enough grave sites to kind of recognize them. And obviously you can tell that this was an addition, or not an addition, probably rebuilt. You can see the old compared to the new. So how much the British soldiers did damage to the church, I don't know. But they, tore pages out of their registry, and what else they did, who knows. I don't know how civil wait a minute. I don't know how civil the two sides were with each other. This looks like a couple of headstones here. Yep. Yeah, I can spot them now much faster than I used to be able to. Wow, look at this. 1866, Ellen J. Harper. 1866, James Harper. Dr. James Harper. He looks like he outlived his wife, 1872. So, like I said, it's kind of neat. And this is in the back of the church. What that meant, I don't know. But I thought there was another set. Now, here's the parking lot. And it could be that there was maybe burials here where this parking lot and this newer church section is. It's hard to tell. But I'm looking for more headstones nearby. I don't really see any more. So pretty amazing. I would say there's about 50 some burials here, probably more that we just can't find, that maybe even the church records, you won't be able to find them anymore. But yeah, so that's it. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more here. I gotta show this because I missed this one. It's underneath this tree over here. I don't know how I missed it. Let's go check this out. Okay, so John Brooks, 1858, so it's pretty old. July 18th, 1858, in the 7 year, I can't read that, of his age. Is that just 7 years? Yeah, maybe he was a young, a son of somebody prominent. Let's see if there's any more names, because a lot of times when you see these, there's, family members were added to it, but I don't see. It's just the one there. So it looks like that's it, folks. So did I do this one? I think I missed another one here. Yeah, I didn't do this one. Look at this one. All right, let's read this. Here lies the body of Richard Marshall, who departed his life on the 8th day of October, 1812, it looks like. Yeah, that's 1812, in the 47th year of his age. The tweet, what? Can't be saying tweet. Oh, this is Old English here, folks. How do I pronounce that? The Fweet remembrance of the jilt shall houreth when he fleppeth his doft. Okay, look, folks, I don't speak Old English. I barely speak good English, to be honest with you. I mean, I have education, but some people look at me like, oh, your English isn't so good, because I just, I never went to college, so I got to be honest with you. Took college courses, but never officially went to college. Anyway, so that's it, folks. This is Old English, and this is a find here. I've only seen several. I'm standing on it, not trying to be disrespectful. And of course, it's got a crack in it. Very rarely do I find these Old English sentences here, but that's 1812. Let's try this one more time, folks. The It's F-W-E-E-T, the Fleet Remembrance of the Juft, J-U-F-T, Juft. I have no idea what. Shall Floril, I'm tearing this up. Flowereth, okay, shall flowereth when he fleets in duft. And I don't know why. What I would think they would say in sleeps in the dust. Or the dawn. I have no idea. When he fleets in duft. I mean, I'm reading it. I mean, I'm looking at it. F-L-E-E-P-S. I don't know, folks. I don't know Old English. So that's it. But yeah, if you get a chance, come out and see the Trinity Church in Upper Marlboro. It's right off of Main Street. It's on Church Street. Very easy to find. And look, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. You know, I really would love to go in here, but it's locked. But let me see something here. I want to see this beautiful old holly tree here. I want to try to read the top of this because it's kind of neat. Look at this old cross. It's like a Maltese cross in memory of Rebecca Belt. When did she die? 1813, folks. Look at that. She died in 1813. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Born 18. Must have been born 1813. Died 1859. All right, let's see if I can get these. Yeah, there it is. So she wasn't that old. She was in her 40s. So look at that. Isn't that amazing? But look at that. I mean, that to me, that's craftsmanship, and you know, so I just love the old and you know, the old crosses. I collect antique crosses. I got a bunch of them. So you know, I got some antique crosses from the early 1800s. Just attracted to this kind of stuff. I don't know why exactly. If you see my other videos, like I said, I was born in. Not born, but oh, you know what? Duh. I can go inside. Okay. So again, I do a lot of this stuff off the cuff, and you know, I try to be very respectful though. And so 1896. I try to be very respectful, and but I do all this stuff off the cuff, and you know, I mess it up lots of times, so forgive me, but I hope you do subscribe anyway. Hopefully my videos are interesting enough. I'm looking for a date here. This is obviously, it's got to be a child's. Rebecca, because look at the lamb. Usually the lambs they put on there are very small. This is a huge lamb compared to the other ones I've seen. Looks like, yeah, 18. I don't like to see the children. 1860 to 1862, so a 2-year-old child. Probably disease took her. And I don't know why. Oh yeah, I'm saying it right, Rebecca. So I don't know why, how, maybe I subconsciously saw the name. Yeah, child's. Yeah, I don't like to see the children's. So anyway, and here's, so I'm gonna step on out of here because I feel like you know, I'm being a little disrespectful and I don't like that. Anyway, folks, that's it. So that's it. So please subscribe. And that takes care of the Upper Marlboro and those other graveyards out here that I'll do later. But I got other ones to go to that I already have mapped out and planned and ready to go. So this is it, folks. So again, this is also part of the 1812 war with the British. So watch all these recent videos I'm going to be putting up soon because they're all kind of connected, okay? And I hope you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Till the next time.